So hello friends, welcome to the tutorial. Today we will see how can we create an age calculator using Python GUI Tinker. Okay, so let's start. Python offers a very good GUI library, that is Tinker, which is very easy to learn and use. So let's straight dive into the code. So let's import the Tinker. Okay, so now let's import the date class from the datetime module. From datetime import import date. Okay, so now let's initialize the Tinker using root variable. Okay, so now we have initialized it. Okay, so now let's run. Let's see how it works. To run this we need to use main loop function, which is an infinite loop which is used to run the application when it is in ready state. Okay, so now let's type root dot main loop. Okay, so now let's run this. As you can see, this is just a small screen which is showing nothing. So now let's define the geometry and the title of the GUI. Okay, so now to define the geometry, just type root dot geometry. Okay, and inside this we need to type the width cross height. Okay, so let's say the width to be 700 and height to be 500. Okay, so let's check whether it is working or not. Yes, it's working. So now let's set the title. First let's see what's the title currently. It's showing just TK. Okay, so now let's set our own title. That was the default. So now type root dot title, and here let's set the title as age calculator. Age. Okay, so now let's check it, and here you can see it's age calculator. Okay, so now we need to import an image inside our age calculator GUI. Okay, so to import image we need to type the variable inside which we will store the image which we are loading. Okay, so now let's say the variable to be photo, and we are storing file using photo image. Okay, that is photo image, and inside photo image you can just type file equals to your file name. Okay, that file name dot png. Okay, so one thing you need to take care of, that this file with file name should be inside the same folder where your program exists. Okay, so we will see it very soon what I wanted to say now. Okay, so now let's set the image inside our GUI using label widget. Okay, so let's type my image equals to label, and inside this we will set an image, and image is photo, right? So now let's place the image using grid method. There are actually three methods inside Tinker, mainly three methods to place any widget on GUI. One of them is grid. Okay, grid use rows and columns to place any widget inside GUI. So now let's type my image dot grid. Okay, and we will place it inside the 0th row and first column. Okay, so let's type row equals to 0 and column equals to 1. Okay, so now let's try to run this. It's saying that no such file or directory exists, because I have just write this to explain it that the file name should be here. Okay, so we will resolve it. Okay, just let go some ahead. So now let's define a function which will calculate the age. Okay, so let's type tab and calculate age. And here let's now take the today's date using today variable. Today dot date, date dot today. This will actually take the date which is the present date, okay, inside the today variable. So let's type date dot today. Okay, so now let's check the birth date which will be entered by the user. Okay, so now I think you will face some problem to understand what I am doing currently. So now let's just define some other things before this function. Okay, you will understand this function and we will define it again. We'll come to this again. Okay, so now let's define a label which will ask the user its name. Okay, so let's type label and we will ask the name. So let's type text equals to name. Okay, and we will place it using grid method again in the first row and 0th column. Okay, so let's type row equals to 0, first row, that is 1, and column equals to 0. Okay, so now let's try to run this program. Actually I need to comment this currently. So as you can see, we have set a label of name. Okay, so now let's move forward and create a label with year. Okay, so now let's copy and we will ask for year of the user and month. Okay, and the day, right? And we will place them. This is second row, this will be placed at third row, and this in fourth row. Okay, so now let's try to run this, and as you can see we have successfully done this. So now it's actually month, right? So let's move forward. Now we need to declare the variable so that we can store the name, okay, entered by the user. Name value equals to string var. Actually what we are doing here, we are creating a variable of string type. This is a data type of Tinker. Okay, so you will understand what its use is. Okay, so we will take 4 variables because we need to know the name and year, day and month of the user birth. Okay, so let's replicate it, and this should be name, and then okay, this should be year, and this should be month, and this should be day. Okay, now let's move ahead. Now let's set the entry which we will use to take the information from the user, right? So let's type year entry equals entry inside root and text variable equals to year value, right? Actually we have defined the entry widget inside which we will take entry of the year value, that is the year entered by the user. Okay, which we are storing inside the year value variable, which is of string type, right? So now this is actually year, this is for year. Okay, and for others we need to take for others as well. Okay, so we are actually forgetting one more, that is name value, name entry. Okay, because we have defined it before. Year entry equals to entry which will be again inside root and its text variable you should know name value, right? So now let's replicate them, and this should be, you should know again, this should be month, right? This should be month entry. Okay, and this should be day entry. Okay, so now what should be this should be month value, right? And this should be day value again, right? So we have successfully done our work so that we can take entry from the user, right? So now actually we have just declare entry widgets and the variables, but have not used them, because as you can see there only name, year, month and day are coming, not the entry which we want to take from the user, because we have not placed them till now. So we will place them using grid method again. Okay, so now let's type name entry, because we want to place the name, we want to place the entry widget of name. Okay, so this should be, you should know that this should be in front of the name, right? So let's go, this is the 0th row, and this is the, let's see here, this is the first row, right? And this is second, which is year. Okay, so in the, this is the first column, and this is the this is the 0th column, and this is the first row, right? But we have not placed image till now, which we will place in the 0th row. Okay, that will be before the name. Okay, and that will be in the first column, but we have not used it because it will give us error, because we don't have the file name right now. Okay, we will set it very soon, but you should know that this is actually row and column in Tinker starts from 0 and 0. Okay, So this is the zeroth row, name is in first row and zeroth column, right? So what should be next? Inside, just in front of name, the entry widget, so it will be in the same row, that is which is in the name, that is that is first row. Okay, and what should be the column? Column should be 1, right? So here we need to type name entry should be in the name entry dot create. Okay, dot create. Okay, this should be in the first row as it's the as the name is. Okay, because it should be in front of it, right? Row should be same as name. Okay, name row. Okay, so now column should be different, that is just in front of it, so column should be 1. Column equals to 1. Okay, so now let's see, stop and return. As you can see, it's in front of it. Okay, so now let's create some distance between them. So let's type pad x, because we want padding, that is distance in x direction, right? Pad x equals to, let's set it to be 5. Okay, and as you can see, there is some distance now. Now let's increase this some more. Let's again run. As you can see, it's some more distance. Okay, so now let's replicate them, and name entry, and this should be the year entry, right? Year entry, and this should be the month entry, right? Month entry, and this should be the day entry. Okay, okay, so the column should be same. Let's actually, as you can see here, the name, year, month and day have same column. Okay, that is 0, but different rows. So here the rows should be different and the column should be same, right? So let's type, column should be same. Okay, so now row again should be here 2, as year entry should be in front of year. Okay, and this should be 3, as the month entry should be in front of month, right? So here it should be 4 again, right? So now let's try to run them, and as you can see, we have successfully done them. So now let's try some distancing in the y direction as well. Okay, so now let's type pad y equals to 10. Okay, copy and paste. Okay, so now let's, and as you can see, we have increased the distance in y direction as well. So now what we need to do, we need to set a button, so that on clicking on which we can calculate, or you can say call this function which will calculate the age. Okay, so let's understand and type button, button, and let's text equals to, let's set it to calculate age. Calculate age, right? Now let's again pack it using graded method. So let's place it in the 5th row. Okay, that should be after this, that is the day entry. Okay, and the column, let it to be 1. Okay, so now let's copy them and paste them here, and let's change it to 5, right? So as you can see, we have run this, but it's not working currently because we have assigned nothing to this right now. Okay, so now let's assign its work to the button using command. Okay, button, inside a button we can use any function to call. Okay, using the command, that is command equals to, we have to calculate the age, right, on which that is when we will click on the button, we will call the calculate age button, sorry, calculate age function, which will calculate the age and will set a new label widget which will show our age, right. So now let's call it using calculate age. Okay, you need not to type here those brackets because this will give you an error. Okay, so now let's run this, and as you can see we have, let's check whether it's working or not. So let's type print, and here let's type hi. Okay, so now let's again run this. As you can see it's working fine. Okay, so now let's do some more thing inside this, right, that is we need to calculate the age using this function. Okay, so to calculate age we have assigned a variable inside which we are storing today's date, right, that is date dot today, which will give the today's date to the today variable. Okay, so now after this we will calculate the birth date, right. So we will calculate the birth date using let's see. Okay, and let's type a variable birth date equals date, and inside this we will take the year. Okay, which will be entered by the user. Okay, inside this we will take the year entry which is been entered by the user. Okay, and we have actually declared it of type string, right, here as you can see this is. Okay, so we will convert it into int type. Okay, int, this is implicit. Okay, we are doing implicit conversion here. Okay, so what we need to take, year entry, right, year entry, and we can take it using dot get method, which is used to get any value which is entered by the user inside a entry widget, right. So this will take the year value which will be entered by the user, right, here using the dot get method we will take it. Okay, so now what need to type after this, we need to type date. Okay, and inside this we need to take the int month. Okay, sorry, it's the only int, we need to take month value. Okay, sorry, it's actually yes, it's month entry. Okay, now again this we will take using get method, and here again, so you may be understood now that we need to take date entry now, sorry, day entry, right, using dot get method. Okay, so we are actually taking these values and converting them to date, right, using the date method. So what we need to do now, actually there is one bracket extra here. So now let's, so you may be understood now that first we take the year using dot get method. Okay, then we take the month entry using dot get method again, and same here day entry, right? And these was of string type initially, and we convert them to int type. Okay, and the whole will be converted to the date, right, using the date method. Okay, so now let's calculate the age now. And to calculate this, you can just type age, which will store the age, right? So today dot date, today dot year, right? Today dot year, that is today's year, right? So now after this we need to subtract the birth year, right? Birth date dot year, and you know what's that is here. Okay, this is the year, and then we need to subtract the month and date, right? So we will subtract today dot month, and today dot day, right? It's actually showing some error. Let's actually do square brackets, you will understand it. Now now we need to compare the date, right? So birth date will be birth date dot month, that's capital here, right? So now again birthday, right? Birthday dot date. Okay, so now let's move forward. So we have actually calculated the age using this method. So what we are doing actually, we have first use the today year and subtract it using the subtract the birth date dot year, that is the year of the birth date of the user, right? And then again we are doing the same here. Actually we are comparing. Okay, this will actually compare and return the 0 or 1, right? So if it's actually, you should understand it, it's actually logical here, that if the difference between month and date is around 30, then it will return 1, else 0, because actually year will just give you the year difference but not the current days difference. Okay, so this will return you the difference of the days, right? So now let's type here, and actually we need to show now the what's the age we have actually calculated. So we will show it using label. Okay, using the label widget. So how can we show it? We will type text equals to using the fast string method, and inside this we need to type, we will take the name value, right? Name value of the user using the dot get method again, Okay, so actually let's say we need to say that Johan, your age is this. Okay, so if the name value is Johan, then it will be here Johan. Okay, here in the whole section here. Okay, so let's say Johan, your age. So age is now. So what should be the age here? That will be the age, right? That is this. You can see this age, right? This which we have calculated. So Johan, your age is this. Let's say 23. Then Johan, your age is 23, right? So we need to place it using dot grid method, right? So now let's row equals to 6 and column equals to 1, right? So now let's see whether it's working or not. So now let's name is Johan. Okay, year to be, let's 1998. Okay, month to be 12, let's say, and day to be 12. Okay, and let's calculate the age, and as you can see, Johan, your age is 21, right? So now let's give some padding in the y direction, as it was too much close to this. So now pad y equals to, let it to be 15. Okay, and let's type Harry this time, and year to be, let's say, 1995, and month to be 2, and day to be 1st. Okay, now let's calculate, and as you can see here, this time it's increased padding. Okay, Harry, your age is 25. Okay, so thanks for watching the tutorial, and see you in the next video.